This is the verb repetir, to repeat, in the preterite. Now remember, preterite means it happened one time in the past, like yesterday he repeated the statement. Okay? Now, it's easy to remember repetir. In English, repeat has R-E-P-E, and in Spanish it's R-E-P-E. I don't think you'll have trouble recognizing it or remembering it. I'm going to say each form of the verb in English and Spanish and clap, and I'd like you to repeat. I repeated. Yo repetí. I repeated. Yo repetí. You friend repeated. Tu repetiste. You friend repeated. Tu repetiste. He repeated. Él repitió. He repeated. Él repitió. We repeated. Nosotros repetimos. We repeated. Nosotros repetimos. And they repeated. Ellos repitieron. Ellos repitieron. All right. It's an IR verb in the preterite, so we expect to chop off the iron at I, I-S-T-E-I-O, I-M-O-S, I-E-R-O-N. And you can see by the green letters that's what we did. Also, you expect the yo form to have an accent over the I and the he form to have an accent over the O. Because remember, in all regular preterite, AR, ER, IR verbs, and cargars are verbs for that matter, the yo form and the he form have an accent over the last letter. Now, what's tricky is these bottom two forms here. This E turns into I, and this E turns into I. Now, hold it, Mr. Holt. I thought you said repetir was a boot verb. I thought you said all forms, the E turns into I except the we form. Be careful. In the present tense, repetir is a boot verb. And the E turns into I in all forms except the we form. In the past tense, it's what I call a sandal verb. In the past tense, it's not all four forms that change. It doesn't look like a boot. It's just these bottom two. It sort of looks like a sandal. Now, here's something to help you remember that. This is true for IR verbs. If it's a boot in the present, it's a sandal in the past. Everybody, if it's a boot in the present, it's a sandal in the past. Like vestir, to dress. In the present tense, it's a boot verb. In the preterite tense, it's a sandal verb. Pedir, to request or to ask for. It's an IR verb. It's a boot in the present. It's a sandal in the past. Well, how am I going to remember for IR verbs that if it's a boot in the present, it's a sandal in the past? Well, visualize an American serviceman or American servicewoman, God bless them, in the Middle East. All right, they've got boots on their feet. In the present tense, soldiers have boots on their feet. Now visualize a Roman soldier 2,000 years ago standing in Iran or Iraq, that same part of the world, and they wore sandals on their feet. So for IR verbs, if it's a boot verb in the present, it's a sandal in the past. I know that's tricky, but it's kind of an important deal in Spanish 3. Okay? If you're having trouble with that concept, you can just type in boot sandal, and I've got a clip to explain it. All right, that's repetir, to repeat, in the preterite.